I'm really proud of you because you finished your film, raising money, late night shoots, marathon edits, begging friends for help. The puzzle really finally comes together through sheer willpower. Just finishing it feels like climbing Everest. But you're not done yet. How do you actually get this thing sold and seen? Don't worry, I've been through the process, I got you. In this video, I'm gonna start super easy and build the foundation of your film's marketing and sales efforts. It's just 3 little things that you need to remember, and I'll break down each one. A trailer that hooks people emotionally. Easier said than done, I know. Key art that makes your project look branded and professional. And a little something that helps the press make it easier to do stories about your project. And you're gonna leverage the press at every phase. It's a power up for getting momentum. And I'll also give you a little something free, so keep listening for that. This is part 1 of my playbook. Part 2 is why you need to pre-screen your film before festivals. Part 3 is a simple festival strategy that works every time. And part 4 is selling it and distributing it. And I should say, this isn't theory. I use this exact strategy to take our scrappy 29-minute doc, Raw Tuba, no celebrities attached, few connections, onto Magnolia Network, Discovery, HBO, DirecTV, as well as finding some untraditional methods of getting revenue and getting the film out there. So if I can do it, you can do it too. Building your foundation. If your trailer and key art is weak, your film has a much lower chance of success, even if the film itself is brilliant. These are the foundation of your marketing efforts, and I could say from experience will show up everywhere for years. This isn't a video on how to cut a killer trailer or design key art, though if you want a deep dive tutorial, leave a comment below and I'll make one. My trailer editing framework has been very successful for our work in marketing. When I cut the Raw Tuba trailer, I spent weeks fine-tuning it. Found it to be pretty brutal after months of editing the full film, but it paid off big time in multiple ways. We landed a story on CBS Evening News, and I later learned the producer hadn't even watched the full film link that I sent. He was so moved by the trailer alone that he booked us. And that happened multiple times throughout the sales process in multiple ways. At one point I joked, do we even need the actual film? We're getting low-key famous off the trailer. That's how powerful a great trailer can be. Here's a couple things that I think make an outstanding trailer. Trailers should build intrigue. I see a lot of feature documentarians just doing like a mini version of the film and making it like 5 minutes long with a beginning, middle, and end. This is the wrong approach. Your trailer is not a story at all. It's the promise of a crazy ride. Stories raise questions and answer them. Trailers just raise questions. You have to come see the film to get the answers. They're 99% emotion driven. The only information that the viewer really needs is the core message of the movie, and that's usually some line at the beginning. The rest is just showing conflict with no resolution, paired with seductive music and the best visuals you have. Key art is just your vertical movie poster and your horizontal version for thumbnails. If you think of your actual film as the product that you're selling, this is your packaging. Next time you go to the grocery store and you're buying something, pay attention to how the packaging works on your psychology and just makes you feel better about buying it. When you have key art that is executed well, it does the same thing for your movie. For our poster, Raw Tuba, we asked an artist friend and paid her a reasonable fee. But if you don't have a friend like that, don't wing it yourself. Go to Upwork or Fiverr. You can find great designers that are pretty inexpensive, and it's 100% worth it. You want to sell it with a professional looking package. That poster will live everywhere. Your website, IMDb, every festival program, and especially your film freeway profile, which I'll get into in the next video. And festival programmers notice. Before they even press play, your poster can signal to them that you're taking your project seriously and you're a professional. And they also know that they're gonna have to put butts in seats for their festival, and they'll use your poster and trailer as part of their marketing. So it gives them something. Budgeting for key art in the trailer, I think that if you were to hire all this out and not get any cost breaks and work with people who have experience, you're probably looking at between 6 to 8K. And that's the numbers you can put in your grant applications or your fundraising material, the actual cost. But if you can do some of this and maybe get some cost breaks, I think you could do this for like $500 to $1,000. You're gonna wanna build a press kit. And the press kit, I think, is the last foundational piece of your packaging. As you'll see throughout my videos in this playbook, I'm gonna ask you to leverage the press at every chance you get. And there's a great possibility that if you hit all the right notes, you could get a lot of it. So having a Dropbox folder with the materials they're gonna ask for will help you stay on top of every opportunity afforded to you. It also helps make sure that you're in control of the images that they use and your narrative about the film. So here's what to include. You want to put in a link to your trailer, add some nice high-res screen grabs from the film, behind-the-scenes stills and footage, 2 minutes of unedited footage but color graded, because what the news does is they'll use your footage as B-roll and they're not going to do any color grading. So you want it to be color graded, but you want them to have long shots. And about 2 minutes of audio MP3 format. Maybe you just export trailer audio or some sound bites for any radio love. And then key art in multiple formats. So when you go to design your poster, have your big vertical one that maybe you'll print out and it'll be on the wall at theaters or at screenings. You'll also want a 1x1 for various social channels, and you're gonna want a horizontal one for your own thumbnails, but for the press kit as well. And have a one-pager with the film description, credits, any notable links to articles you've gotten or awards or things that should be noted. And this is very important. If you start accruing press and articles and awards, make sure this document stays updated. That's gonna help you down the road, because during the distribution process, your agent or distributor is gonna ask you for all this information that you got during the festivals and your pre-screening and all that. So you wanna keep all your awards and press in one easy to find location. The goal of this press kit is to make it dead simple for journalists and programmers to cover your story. Journalists love a good feature story. They love local documentarians documenting and telling stories and winning awards and all that. So just give them what they want. So that's the foundation. A trailer that punches people in the guts, key art that looks professional across every platform, make sure that you're branded and it looks mysterious and exciting, a press kit that makes it easy for journalists to say yes, and makes your life easy too. To make sure you don't miss anything, I put together a free packaging checklist. You'll find it in the description below. Drop a comment. Are you working on your trailer or poster right now? Are there people you've hired or places that you've found resources that have been a huge help? Let everyone know. And don't forget to grab that free packaging checklist. You might as well. It's linked in the description. And please, for the love, in part 2, I'm covering a step that so often gets overlooked. Pre-screenings, how to generate buzz, land press, and prime the pump before festivals to maximize your experience.